And speaking of this topic, I don't know if you saw this, but there is this kind of hate speech bill that passed
Yeah.
out of the Assembly and the Senate in California that's now on Gavin Newsom's desk to sign, which basically would fine social networks that allow content to show up on their social network that the state of California deems to be hate speech. And so whatever language or terms the state of California calls hate speech, and you could see how this could become a very slippery slope very fast, they can now fine a social media company millions of dollars, which in and of itself could actually propagate a whole new censorship regime where people that are using certain terms that in that era are considered bad terms or hate speech terms, they're afraid that they don't want to get fined tens of millions of dollars. So they block all that content. And I do think that if this gets signed by Governor Newsom, it could trigger a whole new kind of censorship battle in the months and years ahead.
I think the bill you're referring to is SB 771, and it is an EU style suppression of quote unquote hate speech on social networks. The problem is that there is no definition of hate speech. It's just whatever the people in power say it is.
And it's a very slippery slope that offensive content suddenly can get wrapped up and be called hate speech. And then the government starts to tell us all what we are and aren't allowed to say.